Good morning. Welcome to a lovely, wonderful, glorious summer morning. And I just want to share with you a few thoughts this morning. With the Sunday school kids, the pre-teens, we've been looking at what the names of God mean in our lives. And on Sunday, Larry mentioned a verse. It was Exodus 34, verse 5, where it says, "The Lord proclaimed his name to Moses." And our amazing, wonderful, multifaceted God can't be defined by one name. He needs hundreds of names to even begin to say who he is. And I kind of think that our journey through life is just a series of God provoking circumstances, giving us experiences in which he can then reveal himself, proclaim his name to us. And we've been looking at those with the kids. I was sharing some things with the kids about things that God had shown me when I was a child, when I was a teenager. Ben has been sharing some experiences that he's had as an adult and the names that God has proclaimed to him. The kids themselves have been sharing things. Brian has shared a wonderful testimony of how she knows God as her healer. Hannah, when we're doing verses, shared her experience of God, the Revelation 3:20 experience of God, the God that you invite in to share your life with you. And I think it's not just God who is hugely multifaceted. It's almost like as Christians, as people that walk with Christ, who follow Christ, those revelations of God change the people that we are. Now, when I was younger, I think I kind of thought there was an image of the perfect Christian that we needed to aspire to. That's rubbish. God, we as Christians are hugely multifaceted. And every one of us defines God, shows God, reveals, reflects God in new ways, in different ways. And I'm so blessed. So many times I just look at your lives, the lives of Christians around me, I think, wow, that is just so beautiful. And I don't know your stories. I don't know where it's come from very often. But you reflect Jesus to me in so many beautiful, wonderful ways. And one of the lovely things in our time in lockdown has been our kids just sitting around the table together as a family and saying, do you remember when? And just thinking of our family memories. And I just think it'd be a really lovely thing today if you're with people or online, if you're not, of saying, these are some of my memories. These are some of the ways that I know God. Challenge for you. Share with somebody how you know God today, how you've known God in the past. Share your journey with people. You see, I kind of think that life is like a classroom. God's purposes for us are not just about doing things for him. God's purposes for us are for us to know him. And we're in this classroom situation where we are learning about God. But the thing is, we're in this classroom together, but one of us is in a physics lesson and one is in a chemistry lesson. We're all learning different things. And wouldn't it be wonderful to turn to somebody today and say, hey, this is what God is telling me about himself today. This is what God has shared about himself in the past to me. There was a time in our family life where the kids just mentioned one day, they said, we need to know the God that you know. We recognize that you've had to walk through some difficult things in the past, and we don't know who God was that helped you to walk through those circumstances. We now, as kids, need to know that God, because in the future, God's going to ask us to walk through circumstances, and we're going to need to have the faith that you've had to do that. And it's a very powerful thing. I would just like to take this opportunity that to say, as adults, wouldn't you please share some of those opportunities? Share them with your family. brilliant. Share them with your kids, with your grandkids, with each other. But if you want to just share with our Sunday school kids, our preteens, we would love to know those experiences of God when you were a child, when you were their age, when you were teenagers looking to the future, even now. Let the kids know not just your face, let them know your heart, let them know your walk with the Lord. That would be absolutely fantastic. Ben will probably put on some email address that you can send any videos that you have to. It doesn't need to be long, a couple of minutes, and we'll edit those things together and share them with the kids, but that would be great. And I was just thinking, well, what is the God that I know through COVID? What is this experience telling me about God? And I think if anything, it would be, you know, the verse in James 1:17, every good and perfect gift comes from God above. And yeah, the giver of good and perfect gifts. Because the more that COVID-19 takes away from us, the more I realise the amazing things that have been given to me. I had no idea of how precious a 1 hour's walk was until it was the one thing that we were allowed to do. I think, wow, this is great. It's almost like you've got to have bread without butter to recognise how brilliant, how amazing bread tastes. And you know, the recent thing for those of us living in Bradford, we're no longer allowed to meet up with our family and friends. And so how precious they are. The more they take away from us, the more I realise the amazing giver who has given us all so much. So, challenge to you. Share with someone today. Share the journey that you've had with the Lord. Recognise the journey. If you've got a few minutes today, recognise who God has been for you through your life. And if you've got a few minutes extra, just video yourself, get somebody to video it. Share those with our kids. We would really, really appreciate that. So enjoy your walk with the Lord today. May it be a day of great blessings for you. Enjoy. God bless you. Bye.